we good to go ahead and do the sentencing?
We're good to start, Your Honor.
Okay, perfect. Let me go ahead and call the case then. People versus D'Angelo Royal. On behalf of Mr. Royal, Ms. Greer.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sharon Greer appearing on behalf of Mr. D'Angelo Royal.
And I have a pre-sentence investigation for this drunk driving that he pled to the impaired on November the 4th. He's spoken to Ms. Rapp and she's provided you with a written pre-sentence investigation. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And do you have any comments before I sentence Mr. Royal?
I do. I'm trying to pull up the pre-sentence report. Here we go, right here. Because I did speak with Mr. Royal and there were a couple
Told me
of
that
things.
he talked to you 2 days ago.
Right. There was a couple of things that he wanted clarification on.
Okay.
Now, one thing is in regards to the recommendation that he not drink.
He's going to be on probation for a drunk driving. Yeah, him not drinking is going to be one of the conditions, Ms. Greer. I hope you explain that to him.
Well, I did talk to him about it, and we talked about the fact that, you know, he was not really, I'm actually looking down, Your Honor, at my computer, so I'm not.
That's fine. Oh, I'm not, no worries.
Okay, that he's not a drunk driver per se. His breathalyzer was 0.15, 0.16. And so,
which is twice the legal limit, Ms. Greer.
Very well, Your Honor.
I don't know how you don't classify that as a drunk driver.
Okay. On his defense, he was saying that this was an isolated incident with him driving.
And the recommendation from Ms. Rapp indicates that that's what she thinks too.
Right.
The recommendation is for a first-time drunk driver that doesn't have the needs score and that it doesn't look like this is anything other than an isolated incident. But honestly, Ms. Greer, if he can't go 6 months without drinking, then he's got a problem.
Okay. Very well.
And that's what and honestly, she's putting him on probation, or the recommendation is for him to be on probation for 6 months. If he completes everything and pays the file off, we can even terminate it as soon as, what are we doing, Shannon, as soon as 4 months?
Very well.
Fair enough.
I think that's
very and Mr. Royal, I understand where you're coming from. I understand that, and I don't know the background on what happened on this specific incident, but your driving record, there's nothing to believe that you won't successfully complete probation and move on with your life.
Yes.
But for purposes of this, I'm going to tell you, you can't drink for the probationary period, and we're going to randomly test you.
That's not a problem.
What you're supposed to do, pay the file off. We'll terminate you as soon as 4 months.
Okay.
Okay.
No problem.
Anything else, Ms. Greer?
No, Your Honor, and we thank you for your consideration.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, very much so, Judge.
I'm going to put you on probation for 6 months. It is $600 in fines and costs. You have to pay the probation costs, the state costs, and the victim's fund fee, restitution to Van Buren Township, 48 hours of community service at a nonprofit organization of your choice, attend a level 1 alcohol education program. You're not to purchase, possess, or consume any alcoholic beverages or controlled substances with drug testing at the direction of the probation department. They'll divide it into equal payments and you can pay it in full. Like I said, if you want to be off early, you'll have to accelerate a couple of those payments probably to get it paid off. The only other thing is, if you have any prescriptions that you're on, you need to give Ms. Rapp a copy of those so that if you test, that you're not testing for anything that you're supposed to be taking. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
No, I do not, Your Honor.
Ms. Rapp will report with you like this by Zoom. You won't come live, and she can answer any questions for you and give you a referral for the level 1 alcohol education program. All right.
Okay.
All
Greatly
right, you're
appreciate
all
it.
set. Thank you very much and have a great day.
You as well. Take care.
Thank you, Your Honor, for that.
Thank you. Mr. Yance, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. How you doing?
Good. Ms. Greer, have you spoken to Mr. Yance?
Yes, I have, Your Honor. We've gone over the report, and at this point, I'm trying to pull up the report so I can
That's
make
fine.
sure.
You're good.
Okay. We didn't have any corrections to the report at this time, Your Honor. I believe that Mr. Yance had some issues that he wanted to address the court. And
Okay,
so,
go ahead, Mr. Yance.
Well, just that during the time that when our first court meeting we had, that we agreed that my license would be restricted for a year.
You know what, Mr. Yance, that would have been a misunderstanding because I don't do, that's the Secretary of State. If someone talked to you about your license, because when you have 2 and 7 years, you end up being, they end up revoking your license. So I never had a conversation about your license because I don't have the authority to grant restricted, or the license sanction is the license sanction with the Secretary of State. And at some point you'll be able to go on some kind of a device in your vehicle or whatever. But I don't have any control over those types of things. Do you understand?
Right, correct.
Your Honor, and I did speak with Mr. Yance, and I said the same thing that you said. I just wanted to let him hear it directly from
Yeah,
you.
no, I don't ever give it, the days of me being able, a long time ago. Well, even though with the driving on, I've never been able to give a restricted on a second offense. But a long time ago, we had the authority to give restricted driver's licenses on first offenses. But that's all with the Secretary of State, and it's a whole separate process.
Okay.
Okay. Did you have any other questions before I sentence you?
I kind of was looking for a little. I mean, I understand what I did was, punishable, but I fell asleep at a red light. I was tired of working, switching shifts at work, and I wasn't on. I had blue zeros for the breathalyzer. The only thing that was in my system was my prescription that I'm prescribed, and I was just on my way home from work. I understand what I did was punishable, but I mean, get somewhat of a break a little bit.
What was the, well, actually, not the actual, that you mean the alprazolam?
Yes,
Yeah, and there was THC in your system.
thought maybe from the day before or something. I didn't smoke when I was during the incident or right before that incident.
Miss what are you on alprazolam for?
Anxiety. I see a psychiatrist.
Have you been talked to him? Has he talked to you about that you can't drive when you're taking that?
Yes, yes. I mean, it hasn't affected me before driving. I've been taking it for some
But
years.
the law says that you can't drive when you're on it. Do you understand that?
Oh, right, correct.
I mean, that's the problem. And I can't do anything about the, Miss Rapp, you talked to Mr. Yance, right?
Correct.
And are you concerned about the alcohol use, or do you think that the alprazolam, I mean, I take it that you believe his story about work and stuff like that?
Correct. This incident was not alcohol related, even though it is his second. It's just marijuana. That's really the concern.
Well, but it was 2 nanograms. I mean, he didn't necessarily smoke right before he was pulled over. I mean, it could have been, significant time before. Do you disagree?
Marijuana metabolites really quickly. He had marijuana in his system, so it would have been not the day before, I don't believe.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on the 2 nanograms. The THCCOOH, the 25 of that's metabolites. Yeah.
Correct.
I mean, you can't smoke. Do you understand? I'm going to put you on probation. You can't smoke. Got it? You shouldn't be smoking and taking your alprazolam anyway.
Right.
Do you understand that?
Correct.
And how old are you?
31.
Yeah, I mean, so I am going to put you on probation for a year. It is $600 in fines and costs. You have to pay the probation costs, the state costs, and the victim's fund fee, restitution of Huron Township. I'm going to order the 96 hours of community service. You got to go get fingerprinted at Huron Township within 14 days. Ms. Rapp will explain that to you. We want a pharmacy printout of your prescription for alprazolam, so when we drug test you, we know that you're taking what you're supposed to be taking and you're not taking anything you're not supposed to be taking. Do you understand that? And I want you to engage in outpatient treatment if you haven't already, and we'll drug and alcohol test you randomly as directed by the probation department, and she'll put you on a payment plan. Even you with your, as the last gentleman that I have, even you with your 1 year, if you do everything that you're supposed to do, I would terminate you as soon as 6 to 9 months, okay? So follow what you're supposed to do, make the payments, do the outpatient treatment, and we'll successfully end your probation, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Ms. Rapp will be in touch with you to give you your probation orders and answer any questions, all right?